Hi guys, so you might remember I mentioned on the first video that I'm going to be doing basically a little vlog around my stand-up. So the lead up to the stand-up itself, bit of behind the scenes, that sort of thing. Well, there's a little bit of something special this week because we do have a couple of gigs on. But tonight I'm off to do Just That's the Ticket with Hannah. It's a local radio come podcast. So myself and Tommy Nicks are going to be doing this podcast tonight now, so that's where I'm off to now. So we'll film now a little bit, obviously on my way, but I'm also going to do a bit while we're in there as well. All right, guys. Here he is, joining me on the show on the podcast today. Good friend of mine. Call him what you want. Tommy Nicks, Tommy Nichols, Tom Lucas. I think it's all tax avoidance because he's got so many different names. Anyway, we're here now. Let's see if we can get in now. See if we can find Hannah.
Just because it's normally this.
Oh yeah, so we got a
flicky light.
So we have to change the lighting, otherwise if Tom's got epilepsy, we'll be on the floor and we'll be doing CPR on him. Yeah, so look at a great setup we've got here, right?
Like,
Is it better than my office?
Like I tried, I'm like, it's just above me, I can put up with this, and then I sat here for like 2 minutes, I'm like, I can't do it. It's too chaotic.
So we're all ready to go.
This is Tom's first time on radio.
Tom's first time on radio, look at that.
So hard I don't want to swear. I'm such a potty mouth. I'll be like, oh yeah, and then fucking this happened. I hope we're not on right now.
I do know what he means as well, because I remember from last time, you've got to remind yourself that this is going out live and do not say any bad words.
Oh yeah. Normally I make it a bit more fun.
Yeah, we've got about a minute to go.
A minute-ish.
A minute-ish to go, and then we're
you guys
go live.
I'm just gonna open and be like, tell me a joke. I'm not. You guys probably get sick of that, eh?
Yeah.
On the spot.
It's when people do it on the spot. Go, make me laugh. You go, oh Jesus, bit of pressure.
I just pull some faces.
Yeah.
Make me laugh. It's a classic. Kia ora e homa, nau mai, haere mai, ko hana toko ingoa, and you're listening to That's the Ticket. Today I'm very pleased to share that there will be a comedy tonight. And that's no joke. That's not my best joke. Paul and Tommy from the Comedy Club are here to give me the inside scoop on their latest venture. And who knows, we might even get in a joke or two. Kia ora, guys.
Kia ora.
Kia ora, how are you?
I just felt an immense level of pressure. Because as I was talking, I'm like, I've written an intro that I thought was kind of funny, but I also have two comedians in the studio. And I was like, but I mean, you guys probably get that all the time, eh? Pressure to be just constantly being funny.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. We definitely get people coming up to us and trying to tell us jokes all the time, and sometimes they're hit and miss, eh, Paul?
Yeah, it's when people say, "Oh, so you're a stand-up comedian, make me laugh."
Yeah.
It's a bit of pressure straight off the bat, and everybody's different. Everyone's tastes are different, but you do try. We try our best.
I mean, I want to ask you guys if you have do you just always, is there one joke that you always tell when someone asks you that question? Because I actually have the joke. I have my own.
Oh, do you?
version of that joke.
See, no pressure. No. All right, Hannah, make me laugh.
It's actually not funny, but someone's like, tell me a joke, and I'm like, I'll tell you my first ever joke that I came up with when I was 7 years old. And my mum, who will be listening right now, was probably absolutely losing it. But it's why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Because it was a starfish.
Well, yeah, it makes sense to me.
And then the rest of the joke is usually people go, I don't get it. And then 7-year-old me is like, neither do I. So I was
see, the trouble you've got now is that's probably better than
applause just now.
I can imagine this week Tommy's going to be telling that joke because it's probably better than some of the ones he's written recently.
It probably is, to be honest with you.
Hey, honestly, you guys are welcome to it. Just credit me afterwards. Or I hope that me telling this joke instead of interviewing you guys makes it into your guys' set. That's what I hope, to be inspo for some comedy. If I can't tell the joke, I'll be the butt of the joke.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, people do say that. It's funny when I do have conversations with people and they'll say, oh, you do stand up, does that mean that you're going to use this in your routine? And you want to say yes because you feel like they're offended if you say no, but you think maybe not because it's not that funny.
There are some bits where somebody's told me something and I thought, that's very funny. Actually, I might use like a little bit of that or like take some inspiration from it. So it definitely happens, you know, like. Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
I'm here to inspire. But we should get back on track though, because we've just kind of been riffing about comedy and how funny I am. But I feel like we should talk about the comedy club because you guys are kind of new. Kind of new?
Well, the comedy club is kind of new, I suppose, yeah.
I mean, Paul, you're not new because you've been on That's the Ticket before.
I have been on this before, yeah, for comedy.
Quite new.
Is that a way of saying you're old, Paul?
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him, guys. This is the voice of a very young man. Not.
Yeah, but you guys are kind of new.
Yeah.
You've been going like the clappers.
Yeah. So I mean, Tommy will take this one because this is Tommy's inception. Tommy actually brought this into its fruition. So.
Yeah. So I'll give you a very brief version of the story, but
let's do it.
When I started off doing comedy, it was actually January this year, and I was looking around for gigs, and there wasn't a lot going on, and there was heaps going on in Auckland, and a little bit going on in Wellington, but kind of nothing in between, which is a massive shame. So we started off. We did a kind of tester event in Cambridge, and we sold that out within like the first 3 days of it being on sale. We were kind of shocked by the feedback, so we put another one on for I think a couple of weeks.
It was 2 weeks later, yeah.
And that one sold out within 4 days. So we were like, okay, there's definitely a taste for it. And then ever since we've been exploring new locations in around Waikato, Bay of Plenty. I think the farthest north we've been is Pukekohe. It's been a wild ride. It's been great. It's been very well received by the public. That's what we've come to do. We've come to make people laugh. So
make me laugh. No, that's gonna be like the mantra of the episode.
No, yeah.
Okay, and I guess the setup, is it the same group of comedians for each gigs, or do you chop and change, or is it always Paul? I'm just asking for a friend.
Well, yeah.
Paul's been a regular fixture. Yeah, I can't get rid of him. He's like a bad smell.
I put my name down almost straight away. But there's some stock standard, I suppose. Yeah.
It's a group of I think in our group we've got about 70 comedians.
Wow.
So that's people ranging from all over the show. That's like Auckland. We've got quite a few of the Tauranga comedians as well who come
New
on
Plymouth
with us. Yeah, we've got Callum from New Plymouth, and I think the main bulk is pretty much from Hamilton. There's me and a couple of others that are pretty much there every gig. So it's a nice blend.
I mean, we love a healthy mix. I imagine, though, you guys, if a group chat exists, that it'll just be chaos because everyone's literally trying to be the funniest person in the room, right? It's
funny you should mention that. There's been a few group chats recently, and you just put things on, and you're going, look what I found funny. You're gonna love this one, guys. The group chats do get a bit out of hand sometimes. Well, not in a bad way. I think in a comedic way.
Yeah.
And then I think Tommy sometimes has to bring us in check and go, right, guys, should we just concentrate on getting the gig done?
Let's focus on the task.
It's all good fun. We've got a page on Facebook, and it might be worth mentioning as well if anybody
give it a gentle plug.
Yeah, if anybody's interested in doing comedy, it's if you search on Facebook for the Waikato comedy gigs page, we should come up. It's just got a red background on it, so that's how you know it's us. And feel free to join it. You'll be able to see what gigs are being posted and get yourself involved.
Okay, and if you guys are looking for another comedian, I'm right here.
You need to come and do a set, Hannah.
It's like when we do get people coming to the gigs and, the ones who want to try and chip in. All right, we actually, when we say, why don't you come and have a go yourself, it's not us trying to be facetious. Basically, we're saying, if you want to come and try it, come and give it a go. Because that's what we did. And the first time is terrifying. It is. But then you become more enjoyable, more comfortable. But yeah, if anybody wants to have a go, by all means, get in touch and give it a go. You can only go one way or the other, and nobody's going to hold you to it.
Exactly right. And because you guys are so prolific, if you bomb your first one, you have another one the next next week
It's all
anyway.
right. Paul's been bombing literally ever since we started, so it's...
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah. No, I mean...
So that kind of makes me want to come though.
At the Papamoa gig, if you bomb, you've got another chance half an hour later, because the Papamoa one's been going so well. We do it at the movie theatre there. We sell 2 rooms out. So you do one set in one room, and then we all swap over and do a set in the other room. So
That's amazing.
So that's really cool, yeah.
And you guys have just booked a regular fixture in Kirikiriroa, Hamilton, right?
We have, yeah. So that one's been a long time in the works, and we're proud to announce this. It'll be every Wednesday at the Helm, and that'll be 8 till 10 p.m. in the evening. So I think tickets are $10. So it's a cheap night out, cheap date night. If you've been swiping on Tinder and you've got a first date, you need an idea, come and watch some live comedy. We promise we won't pick on you too hard.
Oh yeah, I almost believe that.
And the first one of those is tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, so tomorrow night, 5th of July, and
8 p.m. The Helm.
That's the one.
It's going to be going off. Paul will be there. Tommy will be there.
Yeah, how did you know I'll be there? Oh no, you're right. I'm there every time. Yeah.
I was like, if you're about to say you're not there when we've been having all this chat about how you're at every single one.
No, I am at every single one. Yeah. Tommy hasn't managed to stop me yet. But there we go.
I mean, there's still time. No, I'm kidding. But I've got a few more questions for you guys. But before we get into that, I'm going to break for a cheeky. That was The Nights by Avicii, and I've got some comedians having a cheeky giggle. I'm going to call you guys out.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to do full disclosure and say that Paul has been filming the entire interview.
I have, yeah.
You know, and surely someone's going to make a joke about face for radio.
Yeah, we both come. I've come very well dressed. I don't know why, but
No, people.
Have you?
wow, thanks, Paul.
Okay, let's bring it back to something that the audience, our listeners right now, can relate to, or we can spend the rest of the show talking about you guys' outfits.
Yeah, no, let's not do that.
But if you're just joining us, you're listening to Free FM 89.0 independent community media. We're on That's the Ticket today with me, Hannah Mooney, and I've got Paul and Tommy from the Comedy Club. We've been having a good time, having a bit of a giggle, talking about you guys' latest shows. So obviously you're starting at the Helm every Wednesday, 8 p.m, starting off tomorrow. But you guys have been talking about how you've done some gigs across the region. So have you got more, I keep wanting to say international, interregional gigs coming up?
International is probably the comedians, because we've got comedians. Obviously, me and Tommy are English. We've got South African. We have American. You know, we've got all sorts of nationalities actually doing for the comedy as well, which is great, because that does connect with all sorts of different people. But as for where we, like Tommy may have mentioned before, from Pukekohe to Papamoa, I suppose you could almost say, we stretch all the way across there, plus places in between. Tiamutu, Cambridge, Hamilton's going to be our resident venue every week. We're looking at one in Matamata, so it's just growing and growing, which is great. But it's tiring for me. I'm not in my 20s anymore, but I do enjoy it, and I'm not going to give up. So no, Tommy, you're not getting rid of me.
Off with the first 2 Cambridge ones, I think. The next one, what was the next one we booked after that? It was Rotorua, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. So we went Cambridge, and then we did Rotorua, and then I think ever since then it's just kept expanding. And we had obviously our Tauranga contingent as well. Those guys were saying, hey, would you consider doing something in around Tauranga Way? Or we had a look, and it's funnily enough our venue in Cambridge, which is the Tivoli Cinema, give them a little plug. They actually have a cinema in Papamoa as well, so
nice.
It worked quite well that we had the option to expand. And Pukekohe as well has been another really good gig for us. We've I think every time we've done Pukekohe, we've sold it out.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
It's about 70-80 people there each time.
So how many gigs are you guys doing a week? Well, you've got the one Hamilton gig, and then you've got your other ones.
We've probably been doing 5, maybe 6 a month, 7 a month at one point, but it's going to be expanding. That was it's going to be growing now. We've got the weekly as well.
Yeah. So I think previously in the past, probably between 1 and 3. 3's been probably the most. But going forward, it'll probably be a consistent 3 across the board.
Crikey. Okay, and I'm assuming there's is there real life in the mix with this? Like, do you guys? I guess I shouldn't say real life because I mean being a comedian is real life. But like, are
it's the
you
easiest
guys
job
like?
in the world.
Oh, do you mean? I mean,
Yeah,
work.
are you guys like
Work-wise?
going to work during the day and then going and doing comedy gigs in the evening? Like
Yeah, well,
Batman style?
I can't speak for Tommy, but no, but I do work full time.
Yeah.
So that's why it can be tiring because sometimes you work at Papamoor, you're doing a gig there, and you might go bit back till 1:30 in the morning, and your mind's still going round, so you don't just go straight to sleep.
Well, just like, how do you have time to write jokes?
Yeah.
Sometimes you write them on the go. Me and Tommy have been doing a bit of this, and actually doing some. We'll do some workshopping, and we'll chit chatting, and maybe he'll add a bit to mine, or I'll add a bit to his, and we go, "What about trying it like this?" And we go, "Oh yeah, we'll try it like that." So, yeah, I mean, the joke writing is everyone's different. Some people sit down and go, "Right, I'm going to sit down in front of the computer for an hour. I'm going to write jokes." And some people, it's organic. I'll do this thing. Well, I'll think of something while I'm out, and I'll just make a note in my phone, or send myself an email with a note on it. And then when I go home, I'll go, "Oh yeah, I remember what that is now," and I'll start to do something around it. So I don't know about Tommy how he works. So
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit more privileged, so I can do some self-employed work. But yeah, when we did the first 2 gigs and we were selling them out, we actually had a conversation as a group, and a lot of the reason that these events sell out is because they're they're very well marketed. I'm giving myself a little plug there again. But, so my background beforehand has been digital marketing, so I know a lot about promotion and how to promote events. And so yeah, I kind of put my own money in to get the first 2 off the ground, and then after that we had a conversation with the comedians where we said, it's up to you guys. We can either stick doing just these 2, which is kind of the threshold of kind of what I'm allowed to do time wise, because obviously, yeah, like you said, there's time constraints and people have real jobs. And I said, I can dedicate some more time to this. I said, I've got a few self-employed gigs on the go with marketing, and I can essentially add this into the pot and do these gigs on a more full-time basis for you guys. And yeah, everyone was pretty keen for that. So and hence why there's been an explosion of gigs. I think when you're able to put more of your heart and soul into it and your time as well, then obviously that's why you've seen that kind of quicker exponential growth.
And just to tag on to that, and it's not just because Tommy's here, but he's done some awesome work getting this up and running. There's a lot of work in the background. It isn't just about turning up and being funny. There's all the setup, there's finding the venues, there's working with the people who own the venues, the owners, there's the marketing, like he says, there's the putting it on Facebook, getting it on Event Finder, there is the turning up to the gig and sorting all the PAs out and bits and pieces like that. So there's a lot of work behind it. So I do, I do applaud Tommy for doing what he did. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have been having all these gigs, and these comedians wouldn't be getting all the stage time that they are getting, which is including myself. So it's really good that we're doing this.
I mean, I agree. I mean, we'll see if I fully agree once I head down to the Helm one Wednesday. But now that
you're not telling us when. We'll find you.
Yeah, I know. I'll just have to wear a disguise because now that I've had you on the show, I'm going to be inspo.
We're right down the road.
Let us know. We'll sort you out a free ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, you spoil people, you Tommy.
And you said it on air, so you have to do it.
Exactly.
I'll do it now.
Oh, crikey. Oh, well, I mean, I keep saying I'm so glad that it's going well for you guys, because, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's winter, but I feel like everyone's always in need of a laugh.
That's exactly right. I mean, we have had to point out to some people who've turned up to gigs and probably not laughing and going, you do realise that it's a comedy gig and you're supposed to be having a laugh and enjoying yourself. But the majority of people turn up and it's really good when they come out of the gig at the end of the night and they're shaking your hand and thanking you. Said, "Oh, really good that I enjoyed that. Thank you." And that means a lot, because we do put some effort into this. We're actually writing the jokes, we're crafting the jokes, we're getting her up on stage, we're putting ourselves out there. So when people come and do that, it's actually quite gratifying. So yeah.
Yeah, we've definitely had some interesting audiences too.
I see. I feel like that could be a whole episode.
Or we could be here for hours.
and we don't have hours, but I mean, I guess I'll just have to get you guys back. I feel like that could be quite a nice special. It'd be interesting rating wise.
Well, you've said that on radio now.
So so we'll be coming back now. Yeah.
Exactly right. But on that though, I guess you guys probably get asked this as well. But like, how do you guys remember all the jokes? Like, because are you allowed to have like a bit of paper?
We-
Like, how does this work?
Well-
It's different for everybody, I think. Some comedians will get up on stage and have more of a kind of crowd work type set where
Yeah.
they'll be interacting with you. And obviously a lot of that is organic. Some little bits where you speak to somebody, you know, for example, you say, what do you do? And they say, I'm a teacher. And you say, oh, okay, and you'll have something pre-built for a teacher. But yeah, a lot of the time it can be a good mix. Some comedians do go up there with literally like a script and they read from the script. But it's, I think that's the beauty of comedy, is it's so versatile. Everybody has a different approach to it, and we all talk to each other and take little bits and bits that we like. And
I suppose it depends. If you've got like a set that you've been doing for a while, you'll probably not know it verbatim, but you'll know it and you'll be able to, you know, get on with it. And then times when you do some new material, obviously you'll have maybe just bullet points of a few things that are reminders about, oh, that's where I need to go now on this, and that's the next bit. So, and then when you get to the stage where you know it off by heart, yeah, it's really good. But then by the time you've done that, you're probably thinking, I probably need to be changing the setup now because I know this so well. Other people probably know it, so therefore you start writing some new stuff. I like to write topical things as well, so I always look in the news, see what's going on, and try and write some topical stuff. If it's about a certain area that we're going to, such as Cambridge or Pukekohe, I'll try and find local things there and make jokes about that. So that's sort of the way I do things, and everybody's different. You know, we've got so many different comedians with different styles and different ways of working that really we're trying to see there's something for everybody in that audience and that crowd, I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like a lot of people say that all the time, but I genuinely believe it with you lot, based on your, like, 70 comedians or however many you said. And I imagine it must be quite nice for you guys, probably better after you've been, to sit back and watch everyone else. If you get to do that, if you get the chance.
Yeah, I actually like watching it beforehand, because what I tend to do is I'll listen to the comedians and I'll make up a joke about what they've just done or bits and pieces. So I'll try and riff off that. But it is, I suppose, I don't know, it's a relief to go first or good to go last. What do you think, Tommy?
yeah, going last is definitely the worst, I feel, because there's like, you're the last on in the evening, you're the last thing people are going to see before they go home.
Yeah.
Probably the last thing, you know, it depends on how the night's been, but, you know, could be the last thing they remember, like they'll take away, only as good as the last performer, you know. So, yeah.
I want to go first because then it's just get it out of the way.
Well, that's the
and then
other.
you can't compete yourself.
For me, the two pressure spots are really the first and last.
Yeah.
Because the first is, right, okay, it's like reading a book.
Yeah.
The first bit should grab you so you want to read it all. And then the last bit of the book should be grabbing you as well so you want to read the next sequel. So that's the way I sort of see the way it is, that the opening and the closing acts are sometimes your stronger ones.
And then no pressure for everyone else who's stuck in the middle.
Well, it's okay being in the middle. It's okay.
Yeah.
It depends, because I suppose the way it goes with the comedy gigs, you could have somebody who bombs on the night because their material isn't working or isn't the crowd or whatever might be going on. So then your pressure's on you. You're up next then to go, okay, I need to bring this back up again. And also that's the pressure of the MC sometimes.
We do try and keep it as equal as we can as well. So usually we'll roll with about between 8 and 10 comedians on the night, and then obviously an MC. And in most cases the lineups are pretty well mixed. Like sometimes obviously we have to preference certain people. If we've got, say, a comedian's travelling from Tauranga and they're coming up to Pukekohe, they're driving 2.5 hours, then they'll probably want to do their set and then go home.
Now fully.
And get back. So, but yeah, we try and keep it as random as we can and keep it as fair as we can, so everybody gets a good shot. Everybody knows what it's like to go first. Everybody knows what it's like to go last.
I mean, it certainly sounds like there's no losing with this.
No.
And you know, I do want to thank you guys so much for coming on the show today, because time has just absolutely flown by.
I've just seen that, yeah.
I know. It's me doing double duty. I've got another guest.
That's
on after
okay.
you
Well,
guys.
I like to say I've really enjoyed it. I mean, this is the second time I've been on, and it flew last time. We was here for the full hour.
I know.
And obviously we've been promised we can come back again. Tommy, you heard, didn't you?
Yeah.
I
I've
definitely
been
heard
promised free tickets.
I've got it on film.
I'm going to play you out with a important segment I actually have on the show. Paul, you may remember this, but I'm going to play you guys out with Rick's Pick. And this is a segment I have on the show.
I know what this is, yeah.
And so basically, Tommy and everyone else, I have an Uncle Rick, and he's a great listener of radio, a great listener of music. And when he found out that I was starting That's the Ticket here on Free FM, he was like, okay, I'm going to give you a list of songs, and every week you can play Rick's Pick. And every week we have, and I try to go on theme with like the guests and stuff, but this week I've gone a bit different because this week, Thursday, I believe, is actually Uncle Rick's birthday.
Oh.
And so I've kind of gone for a Rick's pick that I want to dedicate to him. And it's a classic Stevie Wonder track. It's He's Mr. Know-It-All. Because Uncle Rick is...
Sounds like it's for us as well.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's dual purpose. Because you guys, know-it-alls, comedians. And then Uncle Rick's my Mr. Know-It-All. Not in a negative sense. In the sense that he has a vast musical knowledge that he knows about and then shares with me. So I have to pick less songs on That's the Ticket. But to my dear Uncle Rick, happy birthday, and I'll see you on the day, I'm sure. Enjoy this song. And to my lovely guests, break a leg for tomorrow night, eh?
Oh, thanks very much, Hannah. Thanks for having us
Yeah.
on. I'd just like to finish up as well, just saying if you do want to have a look at the Facebook page, we're under the Comedy Club NZ. And both Paul and I are on Instagram. Paul's is, what's your Paul Chadwick?
Paul Chadwick, comedian.
Yeah, and mine's Tom Lucas Comedy. So yeah.
Yeah, and thanks again, Hannah. I've really enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, we're away laughing, eh?
Thanks again.
Hi guys, just back from doing the radio show and podcast with Hannah. That was me and Tommy talking about the comedy club, and that's really great to get on there and talk to Hannah about it and promote what we're doing. So I'll put a link to that podcast on the bottom of this. So listen, please enjoy it. We enjoyed doing it. I hope you enjoy watching it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Stay safe.